Doom Eternal's a technical powerhouse of a game that grabs you by the jaw from the first second and drags you along at its own frightening and breakneck pace. It doesn't allow you to stop and breathe until it says so.
I think I'll speed up. Play some music, right? Oh, I love this track.
From the second I wrapped up Doom 2016, I was already rattling for some more. Playthrough after playthrough only just managed to satisfy the want for more of the greatest, most intense and most fluid combat I've ever had the joy of playing. This beautiful, ultra-violent orchestra where you are the conductor and your wand is a chainsaw. I can't stress how much I love this game. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with a TJ Miller list of comparisons.
You look like an avocado.
Shut the fuck up!
I just adore the bloody bones of this game. If 2016 was a fast-paced, balls-to-the-wall blood orgy, Doom Eternal is that plus cocaine and whatever Alex Jones is taking.
Let's go take some drugs. Yeah, hail Satan.
So the story begins an unspecified amount of time after the end of 2016's game. Hell has already broken loose on Earth, and the Doomslayer is chilling out in the man cave of his space castle that he definitely borrowed from the Justice League after he collected their heads when they all became demons. You think Doom Guy couldn't beat Superman? Come on now, this man has an anvil that he probably uses. So judging by his eyes, a distress call from Earth has disrupted his 3-day PUBG binge and he's not one bit happy about it. Landing on Earth, he quickly finds one of the demon priests that are facilitating the invasion and relieves him of his head. Alright mate.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Before stepping out into what everyone who has played this game has already called present day Detroit, and even though it's the first level, Doom Eternal does not hold your hand. I play on ultra violence, the right way to play Doom, but my own ego worked completely against me as level 1 throws these tanky spider bastards with their aimbot turrets at you before you've even picked up a second weapon.
I just fucking die.
Doom Eternal forces you more so than 2016 to always be on the move, giving the player the double jump feature from the very beginning and then the dash feature from the second level on.
Haha, what a shot.
It also doesn't mess about when it comes to sending you to hell at the last game. You don't have to play 4 or 5 levels inside a space station before you get to mess about inside an interactive Slayer album cover.
Fucking hate them. I hate them so much. Just die.
I blame Japan. There's fucking tentacles in there. I'm sure it. Just making sure. Oh, that was lovely. You meet the Betrayer, who seems like he's going to be an important character, but this is Doom, my guy. Nobody's important. Every breathing thing is one stubbed toe away from getting his fucking head ripped off by you. So you give the Betrayer his favourite ball back and some dialogue happens and then it's the next level. The Doomslayer returns to the Fortress of Doom after most of the campaign missions for you to look around, unlock upgrades and other fun stuff using Sentinel batteries that you collect throughout the game. There's a demon prison in the castle dungeon that's called the Repertorium that's there for you to visit and raise hell whenever you fancy.
This is my home. I come here to chill out. You don't fucking bring him in here.
From there you set off looking for the second Hell Priest in the cultist base level.
Oh, I fucking shit my pants there.
You also acquire a super shotgun.
Father!
Everybody just back the fuck up. Eyeball, please.
At the end of the level you get on a train that takes you to the next level, which contains the game's first boss fight.
I love this fucking game so much.
Which the first time round took me at least 10 tries before the game decides to be a funny fucker and drop you in against 2 at the same time. God, I felt good taking this bastard's head.
Remember, demon can be an offensive term. Refer to them as mortally challenged.
The next stop on the Demon Genocide World Tour is the Super Gorness, which is located in Northern Europe. This map contains possibly my favourite combat arena in this big open playground.
Spoil my view.
Art Complex is up next and our mission objective is to meet up with Dr. Samuel Hayden from the last game. At this point you've got most of the weapons.
That's it! Everyone dies!
You're familiar with the game mechanics, you're confident in your ability as a Doomslayer. And then And then...
Warning. Demonic presence.
Nice place, nigga.
The Marauder is different from any other Doom Demon because this guy makes you really use your brain to fight him, and that's not a slight on any other demons in the game. Like, they all have their strengths and weaknesses, like hitting a pinky in the stink. The Marauder doesn't care about your personal enjoyment. The Marauder is Commander-in-Chief of the Fuck You crew, a tactical demon cowboy Jedi that will fuck you up from any distance. Get too close and he'll blast you with his own super shotgun, and if you get too far away he'll yeet that axe like Zombie Thor. When his eyes flash, hit him with the super shotgun, ballista chaser and grind him into a fine soup mixture. I hate you. Continuing his quest to find and behead the last remaining Hell Priest, Doomguy plugs Samuel Hayden into the space castle, who wakes up and gives Doomguy the information on where to find the last remaining Hell Priest.
Dr. Hayden is transferring himself into your ship's mainframe. The architecture is similar to his own. This will...
Final priest is hiding in Sentinel Prime. The Khan Maker does not want him to be easily found. The only functional slipgate to Sentinel Prime is in the core of Mars, in the lost city of Hibeth. I have marked its location for you, but getting there will take time. There is no easy way to access the core of Mars.
There are no known pathways that lead there, Dr. Hayden.
The BFG-10,000, designed by Dr. Samuel Hayden as part of the Anti-Demonic Defense Grid.
I understand. Searching the coordinates to the BFG-10,000 now.
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
The portal is ready.
I'm telling you, he's on his way. I need you to...
Big ass titties! Mother Nature just pissed her pants!
You get a hold of the BFG and it's still as fun to use as a last minute get out of jail free card. Next we go to Sentinel Prime and we learn that the Doomslayer is in fact the same Doomguy from Doom 1, 2 and Doom 64. At the end of Doom 64, Doomguy chose to stay in hell and slaughter demons forever, and he wound up being discovered by the Sentinels.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
They're a cross between the Green Lantern Corps and the Knights Templar, and they take in Doomguy and make him fight in a gladiator arena to prove himself.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
You find the last remaining Hell Priest and he sets the gladiator himself on you, but at this point you're an unstoppable demon wood chipper on legs and he doesn't last long against you. Priesty Boy shows face and you collect his head and piss off the Covenant and Xenomorph Tilda Swinton. She thinks you've gone far enough and tries to hack your space castle, but one blast from the BFG sorts out that pest infestation rather quick. Taris Nabad is the location of the Slayer's Crucible, the sword which when charged can one hit kill every demon in the game except this fucker. Come here, you fucking... After he gets his sword back, he sets his sights on the Khan Maker, whose plan is to resurrect the icon of sin and use him to consume Earth. The only way for the Doomslayer to get to Urdak, the dimension of Makers, is to travel through the Hell Citadel of Necroball, and this is where the game soundtrack really takes centre stage. Archvile, fuck off, come here! Oh, I'm gonna punch my fucking screen. What the fuck's this? Oh, of course you'd be here, wouldn't you? Come on, get your fucking dog, come on. Come on. Fucking shitebag. You are so disappointing. Take the first time you heard BFG Division, add the heaviest riff you've ever heard and times that by 666. Alright, big man. You reach Urdak, stab the heart of the icon of sin with the pocket knife Shug the Betrayer gave you earlier on.
We will not be able to control it! No!
And that pisses off the can maker who challenges you to a square go. You put her on her arse for good and head back to her.
Can someone kill this idiot, please?
Fighting through waves of marauders, cyber demons, barons and bastard archfiles who seem to know the best corner camping spots in Doom Eternal so they can keep resurrecting marauders. And you get the fuck out of here! You bring anybody back, I swear to you. What? No. So I really fucking hate Archfiles, man. Getting to the final fight itself took me about an hour and the boss battle itself is nothing to sneeze at. Come on then, you big bitch. Back here, horse dog man. I only want your spleen. But when I reached the end of this game, I felt a sense of gratification and achievement that not many games these days give you. Doom Eternal is one of the most fun, intense and rewarding games I've ever played. It's been nearly 2 months since the game was released and I'm still playing it on a daily basis. There is not one single player campaign game that has that degree of replayability. I strongly urge you, if you haven't already, to buy this game and experience it for yourself, because it's already one of my favourite games of all time. The gameplay as you've seen is beautiful, Mick Gordon's soundtrack is leagues above the 2016 edition, and the feeling of reward from beating each level on increasing difficulties is pretty hard to match. All in all, it's a 10 from me, the best 50 quid I've ever spent. Hello. If you managed to get this far, it means you've got to pretty much the end of the video, so I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you want to see any more of these, subscribe for more. I'm going to go and reward myself with a takeaway because I'm fucking exhausted for sitting making this over the last 2 days. I will be making more game videos, just now not as frequently as the other kind of videos because this was quite an exhausting process. But in the meantime, keep the high balls low. I'm Foxy. See you later.